Okay, here's a quick tutorial about how to create meshes. So first we have an image. It can be a vector layer, but in this case we will be using an image. So we have an image and we need to create a new vector layer. And with that vector layer I will start drawing with the add point tool, and I will have sharp corners activated. So the first thing is I need to define the borders of the image. So you can see how I'm defining the borders, but also I'm drawing outside of the lion because I want the entire lion to be contained in the mesh. So now I will add some more points to add some details here. The more points I add, the more control I have, because these points will create triangles. So the more points I add, the more triangles that the mesh will have. So once I have this border done, now I can start adding points to the details I want to animate. For instance, I want to animate the mouth, so I will add some points here. So I'm just adding, let me zoom in here, I'm just adding points in parts that I think that will move, but also I am adding points in parts that I won't move, because in order to keep them still, I need to add some meshes, some triangles there to keep those parts still. So let me add some transparency to the lion so we can see better the construction. So maybe the ear. So again, I'm just adding points here, considering the details. So it doesn't even matter in what direction I make the lines, because the important part of it is the actual points, the actual dots. So it's the position of those dots. Okay, so let's suppose this is good enough for me. So once I have everything ready, I will paint using the create shape tool, I will paint the overall shape. Okay, so I will just paint the fill, so that way by using a shape, the software will know where to add the triangles. So it will add the triangles inside of this shape. So once I have that, I can go to draw and triangulate to the mesh. So now you can see I have the triangles, and you can see how the software used all the points I added for the mesh. So once I am done, I can double click in the image layer to open its properties, and I can go to image and select the layer of my mesh here. So you can see here smart warp layer, so I will select layer 3, which is the name of the layer containing the mesh. So once I press OK, if I go to any other frame different than 0, I can start, I will use the magnet tool in this case, and I can start animating, and you can see that the mesh is distorting the lion. Now the mesh right now is covering the lion, so what I will do is double click in the vector layer of the mesh, and I will be sure to have hide in editing view checked, and don't render this layer checked too. So once I do that, I can see the lion and the mesh will be invisible. So now I will give the opacity back to the lion, so you can see how I can create this animation. And I know this is not working well, but if I want to create a roar, I can go here, and I already have that animation done. And if I want to define some better details, I can just go here and add the points, or maybe I want a happier lion, so I will make this happier. Okay, so that's it. And I can save this into a smart bone too, because I can add bones on it and smart bones. But now I want to show you a different version. This is a similar one. I used the same technique that I showed you, but in this version I added a couple of bones. So now you can see how let me remove this animation. You can see how the bones are bending the entire shape, and I added a new smart bond to open and close the mouth, so I don't need to touch the points to do this. And I can combine both, and normally it works well. In some parts it doesn't work that well, but overall it's working. So that's it. This is the most basic way to use meshes in Moho. In the next tutorial I will show you how I prefer to build the meshes for this movie, but this basic example will work for many cases at least. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.